Alright. You see scissors, you see printed cards. You'd be like, what's going on here? What is going on is we are talking about the new boy. Hell yeah, finally. Well, he's not out yet, but he's coming. So they've made new grade ones that act as G Guardians, right? And for this boy, because he's from Spike Brothers, that actually makes a huge difference because Spike Brothers, of course, has the GB8 deck, the Turbo GB8 deck, and this boy helps with making the deck even more consistent and giving it defense in a different way, even if you don't want to G-guard. Alright guys, a big welcome to you all to our channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta. Today you're here with D-Boy, and today we are with this new boy, Havoc boy. This is an amazing card, and it's insane that we have got this in Spike Brothers because, of course, Spike Brothers, as I explained at the start of the video, has a deck that is called the Turbo GB8 deck. And you know, when cards like these come out that make a huge impact on the deck, I normally just print them out and test with them, so I know for sure that the deck is in perfect balance whenever I enter a big tournament. So we will be getting these cards as promos, and each clan will get one, and they have two abilities. The first ability is they act as G-Guardians, or they act as heals when you discard them to G-Guard, and yeah, that's basically the ability that all of them have. And then you have a second ability, and that second ability is different from the one clan to another. So most of them actually kind of are the same, which are defensively you remove a heal trigger from your drop zone, and then he gets an extra ability, which most of the time it's giving more shield, but also keeping your Vanguard with an extra 5k until the end of the turn, which means that it works pretty good if you defend with it at the start of the attacking phase of your opponents. So then your Vanguard will keep the 5k for all of the other attacks. And that's actually huge because it does make a big difference against multi-attacking decks. So in today's video, we will talk a little bit about the idea when they made these cards and what I think about them. Because of course these are V cards, but they're basically made for premium. And we will also talk about how this will go into the Turbo GB8 Spike deck, as in the deck that I play at the moment in premium. And I will also show you in a different video how the deck will change and how it would look like with now having this boy in it. So yeah, first of all, the art, let's talk a little bit about it before we jump into talking about everything. The art of the card is really cool. I was hoping that we will get something like this instead of a cheerleader thingy, because most of them need to look more fierce and they act in a different way as the heels. So it's nice that they have a different art or a different approach to them than the heels and the PGs, which are most of our defenses. The G-Guards and Spike Brothers are different. Some of them are cheerleaders, like the first one, Irie, but most of the others are, yeah, they're just more like defensive players than cheerleaders, which is more cool if you ask me. Or both of them are cool, but you know, it's nice to have the different approach to it. He's holding grenades, so that's actually kind of interesting. Because he's a defensive and not an offensive player, or should be a defensive player, but again, it's Bushiroad and they're having fun with the art, so it's cool. Alright, so now let's talk a little bit about the idea when they made these cards. So they made these cards for V, but as I said, mostly they work the best in premium. So the first skill, as we have explained already, it's a continuous ability from hand, And it said you may discard this card as a heal from the cost of calling a G-Guard. Well, of course, that ability you could not use in V. Even Gear Chronicle don't have G-Guards. Well, they have it in a different way, but you could use that in Premium. And then you have the second ability, which is something that you could use in V and in Premium, and that is you. It's an auto ability when this unit is put on a Guardian Circle from hand. The cost is you remove a heal from your hand or drop, and then you choose up to 3 normal units. Well, that's his own ability. But basically, the ability that all of the cards will have is when you put this on a Guardian Circle, you remove a heal from hand or drop, and then you get the ability. And most of that is defensive ability, of course, because it's all about guarding with this card. Well, you already have guarded with a heal, so you get full benefit from removing the heal from the drop zone, and then also having this card gain more shield. That's basically the idea behind these. Well, that ability you could use in V, but then again, as I said before, this card is made for Premium, so I don't think that we will see many decks played in V. Also, who plays V nowadays? I mean, when Bushido took it out of the competitive scene, and you could only play V as a side event, I think most of the people did not focus on V anymore. But then again, it is playable in V, so we have to say that you could play it in V. Alright, so now we talk about Premium a little bit. So the card design in Premium. I think it's a good idea to have more defensive options in Premium. I don't think that many decks will play it as a 4 copy of, but some decks will add it in. As I said before, the fact that it gives your Vanguard an extra 5k for the whole defensive turn is actually quite good. You have some G-Guards in a few clans that have that as well, like for an example, Dimension Police, but we don't have... yeah, not all the clans have that to their disposal. So that's actually pretty cool that you could have the defensive option to give your Vanguard extra power during your opponent's turn, and it stays till the end of turn. But now we focus more on this card and its ability. So the second ability is, as I said, it's an auto ability when you place this card on the Guardian Circle, and it's set put on a Guardian Circle from hand, so you could not put it from the field to, or from the deck, or from whatever. It needs to be put on the Guardian Circle from hand. So that's something that decks that could place this from deck or drop zone or bind zone or whatever need to keep in mind. It only works when you place it from hand. And then the cost, as I said, is removing a heal from hand or drop, and then you choose up to 3 normal units without Sentinel and with different grades from your drop, and you put them to the bottom of your deck in any order. Then you perform all of the following abilities. So the first one is you choose a grade 3 or greater card. This unit gets plus 20k shield until the end of battle. So let's say that you return 3 normal units, right? And if one of the normal units that you returned was a grade 3, then this boy gets more shield. He gets 20k. So he becomes a 30k shield because he himself is already a 10k shield. So that's huge. A 30k shield is huge. Then second ability, if you chose 3 cards, you pay the cost of a Counterblast, and you choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets 5k. So basically, what you're doing right here, first of all, you're returning 3 cards. In the GB8 deck, that's amazing. You really want to return those attacking units from the drop zone back to the deck. That really helps with setting up your field for your GB8 turn, because in the GB8 turn, if you reach it as a 3rd stride, you're a little bit too late. So this does help with returning those cards. But you also need to return 3 to be able to have access to its second ability. But even if you don't, if you only return one, and that's a grade 3, then this boy still gets the extra 20k shield, which again is huge. So yeah, I think it's a card that will make a difference in the Turbo GB8 deck. This is a card that you could search with your Mega Trainer, so you don't have to search into your heals anymore. You will have more heals left in deck, so you could heal with them. But of course, if you want to use the second ability, you need to heal in the drop zone. But for the first ability, which you will basically be focusing on in your GB8 deck, the fact that you could have this as a extra way to discard to get your heals or to activate as a heal is very important. It's really, really smart from Bushiro to not give this card a Dudley name, otherwise that would be insane, because then you could take out your heals and play Heal Guardians if you want to. But yeah, I think it's a very good card, and we will have to see how it fits into the GB8 deck and what would you take out. More interesting facts about this card is it has a 5k power, which means that it was really designed to be a defensive card. Well, this Inspired Brothers is actually good because I want my Great Ones to be 6k or lower, so they will be more into the lower attacking units. So when this unit attacks anything, if you ride it as a Vanguard and you don't want to do your opponent damage, then basically you could just damage deny them. And this hits even lower than the 6k PGs or whatever they could ride into. So this is very, 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 very important fact about this card, which again fits into the GB8 deck quite well. And then of course the 10k shield that it has is also pretty good because using this with your G guards that gets power up to the shield value that you have, like the Queen, using this with just defending with it, even if you don't use the ability, even if you don't have the grade 3 in the drop zone, still the 10k is better than the original 5ks that we had in G era. So that is huge as well. Alright, so how would this change the GB8 deck? Well, if you are interested in that, you will have to wait until the next video. The next video, of course, will be up. I'm uploading 2 videos a week, and I'm trying to make the videos collaborate in one way or another. So when we will get this card in real life, I will do a full out deck profile. But for the video that will be up in 2 days or 3 days, the most important thing about that video is to show you how the deck looks right now and how this card going into the deck could change the deck around, or the idea that we had before with Turbo, because this does make a huge difference on making the deck more consistent, but making us rely less on getting the heals to the hand throughout Jelly Beans. And for that, you will be able to play less Jelly Beans if you want to, which is something that we never did in the past. Like, playing the 4 Jelly Beans is just like normal. Why would you play less? There is no reason. It's a grade 3 you could discard to stride. It's a grade 3 you could do different things with. There is no reason to play less. But now there's actually a reason to play less if you want to play less. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys are as excited as I am with this card. I will get it as soon as it will be out, and because it's a promo, I do not know when it will get out, so that is actually a little bit sad. But the first BCS that I will attend will be in December, so we have a few months to have this card get out in English, but I'm not sure if we will get it in time. If not, it's fine, but if we will get it, then that would be more interesting. The reasons why it's important for me is to test with the deck with or without this card, but now the card is revealed, I really want to test with it. And because we also have other cards that get into the GB8 as well, it's becoming strangely difficult to put the deck together with or without this card. I really need to know if this card will make the cut in time or not. That's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. As I said before, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Dang. Subscribe to the channel and be a part of our group on Facebook if you want to. The CTM team have had huge changes the past few weeks. It's going back to the more original CTM members, which is kind of interesting. We took a different approach, and some people liked it and some people didn't. And for that, you will see different posts and maybe less active people that you have seen before on the channel. But nonetheless, we're still like a group of friends that we try to see each other as much as we can to play some games and have a lot of fun. All right, thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video. So till next time.